Okay, so hey everyone. God, I hate my computer. It's always glitchy. But yeah, welcome, welcome, one and all, to this amazing insanity stream. Yeah, I, I don't know where this is going, but yeah, let's just go on YouTube. True that. True that. Like, no joke. No joke. I keep telling these kids at my school, don't buy Switch 2 on launch. It's not going to have nearly enough games. It's probably going to be buggy, and it sure as hell is going to be expensive. But yet they bought it anyways. They're like, I don't want to go too deep into their financial situation, but they're not like me well off. Man, Nintendo people, man. Nintendo people. That game. Why am I like this? Huh? Oh my god, tell me about it. Tell me about it. Like, yeah, Pixar had a very similar style with its movies before, well, 2020. But at least you could tell them apart somewhat. Like, you know what? I'm just gonna prove it right now. Let me just pull up some Pixar films. God, I hate my computer. It's so buggy. But yeah, let's just pull up the stupid Pixar films. Notice how all of the old ones look freaking different. Toy Story, they look like toys. Bugs Life, they look like bugs. Toy Story 2, they look like toys again. Monsters Inc., they look like monsters. Finding Nemo, they look like fish. The Incredibles, they look like people. I don't know. Cars, they look like cars, for Christ's sakes. Ratatouille, they look like they're French. Wally, well, it's more realistic, to be honest. Like, there's realistic footage, but yeah, you get the picture. All the films. But then came Luca. And it led to all these and more. And it's kind of ruined them. Yeah. I'm upset. And it sucks. Because Pixar should have just kept doing what they were doing. Not this. Ew. Ew. Yes. I will say one thing. Out of all the newer Pixar movies, I feel like the last, I don't know, good one, let's just pull this back up. It was Soul. It was Soul. For Christ's sakes, it was freaking Soul. Because at least there, the people look different than the souls. Soul was better than all of the rest. We need more Soul in Pixar, ironically. After Soul, Pixar went downhill. That's funny. Ah, man. Oh, man. Man. You know, I've kind of been having a weird obsession lately. Not sure if it's racist or not, but I've kind of been liking black anime characters, because they usually stand out more. Not this kind, the blatant race swapping. I mean this kind, the original black characters. That has been interesting to me, and I don't know why. I think it's because I just saw Bleach and freaking her. Hmm. It's probably you who led me down this rabbit hole. And honestly, I don't feel that bad. Thank you. But yeah, basically, I've been going down a rabbit hole looking for genuine, putting in genuine in there, black anime characters. I mean, Boondocks is also okay. I'm more like anime characters that are just I don't know how to describe it. These you know original and not black gojo. Seriously, I don't know if that's racist or not, but still, original black characters. It's the same reason why I think the shit like what was that? What was that movie? Lone Ranger. God. Or Avatar Last Airbender, the movie. When that hit, when that when that hit, it was like hell on earth for me when I was still in the fandom. I should probably rewatch that show. Maybe it still has its charms. But yeah, but point being, they like race swapped Katara, Sokka to white people. That pissed me off. That pissed me off. I am upset. You can't do that. That's illegal. Anyways, yeah. So yeah, I've been having this weird obsession with black anime characters, primarily because I think they're better than Western versions because at least they try to, you know. Hey, I'm just gonna pull up Western cartoon black characters. Okay, so let's try and pull up some. It's like they don't look nearly as good. Maybe stuff that goes for a more anime approach looks better, but like except for maybe that that okay, that works incredibly well. And that except for those, maybe her, most of them just look rather plain. And okay, quick question. Uh why is Bill Cosby's child here? He should be in jail with his dad. Wait a minute, that's wrong. I don't know. Okay, I like this one too. I don't know, just I have like a weird I don't know, just sometimes I feel like Japan does things a little better than the West because I don't know, it just feels like it at times. Hold up. Okay, I don't know if I'm just overly sensitive, but does that look kind of I don't know, it just looks kind of I never noticed that the guy from Lilo and Stitch looked kind of like a caricature. Yeah, it's fine. Seriously. Oh my god, he actually looks like Jay-Z now that I think about it. Oh my god, is he Jay-Z? Is that Jay-Z? Insane. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Does Jay-Z have hair? What's that? I don't even know, man. I stopped listening to Jay-Z after I found out he was on the D list. Occasionally I'll listen to one of his songs, but that's about it. I used to listen to him a lot more. But still. we need. Let me just pull up some more. But yeah, as I'm saying, anime just seems to pull off, I don't know, various groups of people well. I don't know if it's just the way they stylize or if it's, I don't know. I don't know. I just think they do. I could be wrong though, but I could also be a hell of a lot right. Anime characters. Okay, I'm gonna try and see if. Uh, uh, man, I feel so bad knowing what the creator did. They included him. I thought I was the only one who remembered that show. What the hell? But yeah, I have a lot of thoughts. I don't know if they're all good, and I don't really care. Who the hell is that anime character? Who the hell is he? Is there an anime character that's just glasses? What the frick? What the hell? I'm confused. You know, I'm gonna put out a post. Getting some people here. But yeah. Point being, I have a lot of thoughts in my brains there. I'm just gonna, you know. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, I feel like anime does a very good job at, like, you know, stylizing characters. Well, when they want to. Well, when they want to. I'll be honest here. I think I'm just biased because I feel like a lot of Western stuff. Let me just pull up some. Let me just pull up something that kind of pissed me off a while back. It's like, this is the type of things. This is the type of thing I find the most insufferable. It's like games like these, man. Games like these. Like, this is coming out and it's supposed to be a, quote, inspirational game for black people. Guess what it's about? Robbing a museum. I can't with this. This world has become satire and I'm so done. These people, man, these people. Everything's a joke at this point. Hey, Mom. Point being, it's like, I don't even think. I don't even think. Like, this is a game made by people trying to be not racist. Do you want to see a game that was made by 4chan? Okay. Goodbye. Okay. Is there a. Okay, I've been seeing this game a lot. What is this? Whatever. I don't really care. It just feels like video games as a whole just kind of suck now. The only thing that doesn't really suck is anime, and it's just insane. Man, I always want to play this. I always wanted to play this. What was it? What was that called? Snoot. The Snoot game. Or was it? I found it. I found it. Ha ha ha. This is the 4chan game. It's about, guess what? A paraplegic alligator. And it rocks. This is what I want. Games like this. Something that actually makes you feel good for playing. Rip. I just don't get how. Dang. I want to see what's happening on Skullgirls. Yeah. Point being, if you just make good games, people like them. Man, I'm bored. Huh? What the? How do I know about conspiracy theories? Well, I actually have a few conspiracy theories about 9/11 that nobody else seems to think of. Let me just give you one. Let me set the stage for you. So I made a video on this before, but that got deleted. I'm typing out some things I need to show you. Okay. Basically, here's what I believe about 9/11. Stanley Kubrick predicted 9/11. I am not joking. He literally did. I can prove it. I can freaking prove it, man. But let me prove it to you. Okay. So, get this. Get this. You know his film 2001? A Space Odyssey. People like to say that was about the moon landing being fake. I have a different hypothesis. It was instead about him trying to warn us about 9/11. I know. Crazy, isn't it? Huh? 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 Yeah. So basically, uh, what? Okay. Uh,
Dear Dr. Brown, on the night that I go back in time, you will be shot by terrorists. Please take whatever precautions are necessary to prevent this terrible disaster.
In the 1985 classic Back to the Future, at a scene called the Twin Pines Mall, we will bear witness to a sudden surprise terrorist attack, perpetrated by a group of Muslim terrorists. The attack is at the Twin, which is a reference to the Twin Towers. When we turn the sign upside down, the digits on the clock read 911 or 9/11. The Twin Pines are a symbolic representation of the Twin Towers. Before the terrorist attack, the twins are present, but after the attack, the twins are gone, replaced with a single pine. This takes place on 9/11, where the twins are destroyed and replaced with a single tower, the One World Trade Building. Also at this scene, Doc shows us two stopwatches, both of which display encoded 9/11s. Is this only a coincidence? The pines are the towers, and this symbol system is confirmed in Back to the Future Part 2, where we see the twin pines appear again on a projection movie screen in Marty's future house. Marty's family gathers around the movie screen, and the twin pines actually morph into the twin towers. This is because the twin pines are the twin towers. The pines are the towers. Pines, towers. And the Twin Pines Mall is the Twin Towers Mall, which is why all the clocks here secretly say 9/11 and why there will be a Muslim terrorist attack resulting in the destruction of the Twin Pines, or the Twin Towers. But the appearance of the towers is not a random backdrop, as we can see the Statue of Liberty lurking just as secretly as the towers, making this scene a secret recreation of New York City, where Marty's family has gathered to stare at Ground Zero. Of these three characters staring at Ground Zero, one of them is completely upside down. But in the entire Back to the Future saga, this is the only time when an upside-down character will ever appear. The hint being given here is to observe the scene from his perspective by turning it upside down. But when doing so, the Twin Towers are clearly shown to be falling down. In the entire history of cinema, this scene of Back to the Future is the most literal depiction ever made showing the Twin Towers falling down. So how is it possible that this scene would occur in a story that already contains a terrorist attack by Muslims at the Twins on 9/11, where the Twins are the Twin Towers, which then execute Hollywood's best depiction of the Twin Towers' collapse? But Back to the Future doesn't just portray this attack, it develops into an elaborate warning about it.
I can just go back early and warn them.
I have to tell you about the future!
Doc, about the future, you will be shot by terrorists.
But Marty is carrying more essential information about the future. He knows the exact time and date that a tower will be struck.
Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! Don't forget to take a flyer.
In a story we already suspect of being a 9/11 warning, how is it possible that this phrase appears on a flyer telling the future? Then, when the tower strike takes place, a giant flaming 9/11 is ignited in the street. Marty knows exactly when and where this tower strike will happen because it's all written on this flyer and placed in his hands, but something lurks in the background overseeing this transaction. But why does this symbol hover while Marty is forewarned about the tower strike? Back to the Future was written and directed by Robert Zemeckis, first released in 1985, but to depict the future, Zemeckis chose October 2015.
All right, Doc, what's going on, huh? Where are we? When are we?
October 21st, 2015.
2015?
The Twin Towers scene takes place in October 2015, and the towers appear on a movie screen, meaning the McFly family is watching a secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015, directed by Robert Zemeckis. So how could it be that now, in the real October 2015, a major Hollywood production is about to hit theaters worldwide, and it is exclusively about the Twin Towers? It happens to be directed by Robert Zemeckis. The title of this new Twin Towers film is The Walk, and this new Twin Towers film has the exact same release date as the secret Twin Towers film Planted in Back to the Future, which exposes the symbolism of the pines and depicts the Twin Towers collapse. So why would Zemeckis now draw our attention to it with a major Hollywood production? Back to the Future was released in 1985, The Walk in 2015, exposing this warning after 30 years. Marty writes this warning into a letter. He seals it shut, intending for it to remain hidden for a specific amount of time.
What's the meaning of this?
You'll find out in 30 years!
What's the meaning of this?
You'll find out in 30 years!
The Walk is the reveal of the 9/11 warning, given to Doc while he is rigging a giant wire to the Twin Tower representing Clock Tower.
Evening, Dr. Brown. What's with the wire?
The Walk is about a plot to rig a giant wire to the Twin Towers. So Marty records the warning while Doc is rigging the wire to the tower. Marty tells Doc he will understand the warning in 30 years.
Find out in 30 years!
30 years later, the director makes a movie about rigging a wire to a tower, the Twin Towers, because the warning within Marty's letter is about a terrorist attack at the Twin Towers.
What's with the wire? What's with the wire? What's with the wire? What's with the wire?
After rigging this wire, the tower strike takes place, and a Marty McFly from the future runs out onto the scene. He has just time traveled here from October 2015, the release date of The Walk. But in The Walk, standing on top of the Twin Towers, is Marty McFly. This Marty has arrived here from the exact date where this Marty is standing. The plot of The Walk is the tower wire rigging event that just took place at this scene. One Marty is standing on top of the Twin Towers, while the other Marty stands inside a giant flaming 9/11 in the wake of a tower strike. While simultaneously across town, another Marty witnesses a terrorist attack take place at the Twins, which are actually the Twin Towers, a fact we learned from the secretly placed Twin Towers movie released on October 2015. This movie is actually The Walk, which is why it has Marty McFly standing on top of the Twin Towers.
What's the meaning of this?
What's with the wire? 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 What's with the wire?
Find out in 30 years! Find out in 30 years! Doc! 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 Okay, relax, Doc. It's me. It's me. It's Marty.
No, it can't be. Just sent you back to the future.
Oh, I know you did send me back to the future, but I'm back. I'm back from the future.
Great Scott.
World Trade Center had been and smashed.
More human minds on planet Earth observed 9/11 than any single event in human history, making it a massive terrestrial meditation concentrating collective consciousness onto a single space-time focal point, making 9/11 humanity's most potent consciousness-altering stargate. Zemeckis, a precogging conduit, channels the 9/11 archetype with his Tower Strike Twin Pines terror attack cinematic superimposition, both scenes featuring the transdimensional portal, pointing to 9/11 as the archetype of transcendence. The consciousness portal is opened by touching the 2001 monolith, the movie screen, as touching the two-dimensional screen dispels its three-dimensional guise, revealing how the images it portrayed were not actually real.
One of those that use so many names that you forget your own.
To touch the monolith is to be freed from the fabricated narrative portrayed on the screen or by film, finally seeing the illusion employed to paint audience perspective into a box. The screen as the 2001 monolith is present on Ground Zero in the form of the Millennium Hilton Hotel, which was intentionally built to mimic the 2001 monolith, the movie screen. Humanity's mass tuning into the 9/11 event was the collective touching of the monolith, where enslaved minds in mass began rejecting the narrative of their controllers. To tune in to 9/11 was to touch the screen and finally see the illusion opening the portal of transcendence. As Marty opens this portal during the 9/11 scene splice amalgamation, he makes contact with the illusion by touching film via the film booth at the exact moment the portal opens. Then by touching film via the movie theater at the exact moment the portal opens. Again, to open the portal, Marty must touch film via the movie screen at the exact moment the portal opens, touching the screen, dispelling the illusion, opening the portal while enacting the 9/11 archetype. To touch the screen, finally becoming the creator of the fabricated images, relinquishes the monopolization of its power, removing the smoke from the screen and arming the awakened with skepticism. This film-instigated ascension is the same as the 9/11 ascension, a message that discredits the medium which carries it.
That was something. What kind of gibberish is that? I don't. Yeah. Have you heard about Roy J? Hmm. Have you heard about Roy J? Oh, let me tell you. So, this is going to blow your mind.
Haven't uploaded in... Hey guys, hope you're all good. Well, it seems I haven't uploaded in quite some time, but here I am, back again to produce some spoopy videos. Today we're exploring a genuinely mindfuck of a case from my favorite corner on the internet, 4chan. I'm talking about the enigma that is Roy J. Chances are you've never heard of him, or maybe the name rings a faint bell you can't quite place, and that is exactly what makes this whole thing so weird, and as Roy himself would put it, unrelaxed. But let's start at the beginning. It all kicked off on April 4th on the X board, the paranormal board on 4chan. Amidst the usual religious ramblings and Gooner threads, someone posted an image of a weird-looking dude in red and white striped pajamas with a nightcap. The file name was royjpjs.png, and the thread was titled, "This is a demon writing itself retroactive."
Basically, people are debating whether this guy actually existed or not. Because guess what? Stuff about him didn't exist until a few days after this thread. Really makes you think, huh? What a loser. Obscure video mysteries. But yeah, he's basically like a cryptid, sort of. I don't even know. Misclicked. What just happened?
Let me just briefly explain Revenge of the Sith.
Oh my god, he actually did!
Plot line, because at the time we wrote articles about it because the media said we don't understand this. This makes no sense. The most popular of the three prequels. They made total sense. Emperor Palpatine was a little-known senator from Naboo, small planet. He finances terrorists to attack the planet. And then he plays victim and says that the pacifist republic isn't doing enough to help him with the terrorist invasion, the Trade Federation invasion, who even speak in Chinese accents. It's all geopolitical. And so, little aliens with Chinese accents. He then goes and complains and catapults himself in the crisis into the role of chancellor. Because, he was the victim, but now he demanded something be done. He'd been a pacifist previously. Now he's chancellor. Episode 2 launches terror attacks all over the galaxy with groups he's secretly financing through his backers in the Trade Federation. He turns around, double crosses in the end. Lord Vader killed Viceroy Gunray and everyone else in the...
That was... I don't know, man. I don't know. I need a drink. I think we're going to end things here today.